Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 9 Episode 6. Frankly, I don't give a damn. And frankly, I don't give a damn about any of these couples except for Gino, Jasmine, and Natalie and their drama. So I plan on this is going to be a skim through for the other couples that we see, because I do want to devote most of this video talking about this Gino and Jasmine and Natalie stuff. So let's skim through it. First couple we're gonna get through is Darcy and Georgie. We just seen them like have another dinner, and they're trying to make up from their little fight from last week from their dinner. We seen Darcy meet with Georgie's friends, the other Georgie. Darcy says felt like she first thought his name was George. They talked and everything, and they basically. Georgie is still worried that Darcy is going to be looking provocative when she meets his family and everything. Darcy's just going to be Darcy, so not much went on with that. So, like I said, skimming through it. Sorry, guys. That was Darcy and Georgie. Next couple I want to talk is Tiger Lily and Adnan. Tiger Lily and Adnan, they only have one scene in this episode. So, as we all know, Tiger Lily is pregnant. We know she already had the baby, but they go to this like placenta place to get like some kind of emacications or something, whatever that word was, and everything. And Adnan was really grossed out about the whole thing. They get to this place and there's like new paintings. I was hoping that Stevie would have showed up in this scene. To be honest with you, there was a nude statue that they were sitting in front of that was just making Adnan very uncomfortable. So when the nurses or whatever came in and the workers came in, Tiger Lily had to ask, can we please cover this up? This is making my husband very uncomfortable or whatever. And so it was an awkward pause, but they did it. So after that, they talked about the placenta stuff and everything. I guess Tiger Lily did all of this when she had her other two kids and everything. Adnan was just really grossed out about it, and so was I. Basically, I really don't understand this stuff. I'm not a dad, so I don't really fully understand what they were doing. Maybe you guys can explain that more to me in the comment section what this scene really was. But for the first time ever, I was kind of with Adnan. Now I'm surprised, because Adnan did say that he's going to let Tiger Lily do whatever she wants with this, because it's her placenta or whatever. He said if it was up to him, nope, but he's for once going to let her do that. This is the one time you're only going to hear me say this where I'm actually siding with Adnan. I was kind of grossed out seeing that. And like I said, only reason is I don't have any kids, so I just really don't understand this part, what they were trying to do, what was it for and everything. But I was a little grossed out too with Adnan. So, but yeah, that was Tiger Lily and Adnan. Next couple I want to talk is Elizabeth and Andre. So they're in Moldova. Finally, a couple weeks ago, we seen Andre get to Moldova. Elizabeth is just still tired and jet lag and everything. He threw her at that big party and everything, and basically told the whole crowd in Romania that they're moving to Moldova. In this episode, Elizabeth confronts him and says, what did you tell them? And he was told them the truth, that we're moving. And she's like, babe, this is not official yet and everything. Don't you consider my feelings? And then Andre being Andre, just being aggressive, just acting like it doesn't matter and everything. And Elizabeth was like, you're actually stupid for not considering my feelings and everything. I'm so glad my dad is coming, because I just need somebody on my side. So Elizabeth's father, Chuck, came to Moldova because he's supposed to be helping them real estate wise, to help them find a place to stay and all that. They finally did get their own place in Moldova, their own rental in Moldova. They get out of Andre's family's house and everything. to make it easier for Chuck to come. So Chuck comes, and they discuss that they want to go to look through houses the next day. Basically, he said he was a little jet lag and so forth. Basically, like there was some money that Andre made an investment on, like in a property in Tampa, and I guess it was like $75,000. Now we've seen a scene with Lauren and Alexi and Jovi and Yara talking about this. Jovi and Yara and Lauren and Alexi met up for dinner. They wanted to celebrate Yara's like business party, dog business party or whatever, her launch party basically with her business. And they jokingly talked about bringing Lauren's friend Noga, but it was just a joke. And then they were wondering how Elizabeth and Andre were doing in Moldova. Well, Alexi had mentioned that that Andre told them nonchalantly that he is $75,000 in debt, and to their understanding, Elizabeth knows about the $75,000 he put aside, but she doesn't know that it's gone basically. And Jovi and Yara are just like, you know what, that's their business. We're gonna stay out of it. Y'all got y'all's own stuff. We got our own stuff. Let's not do this, basically. So back to Elizabeth and Andre. They mentioned the $75,000 and everything, and Andre's claiming that he left it in Moldova for like his workers to work at, and now like Elizabeth and Chuck and them are gonna go check out a property or whatever. I don't know. It's very confusing. Andre be doing some really like shady stuff. Basically, I just really don't trust him. I mean, I never trusted him, but he just be doing some really, really like shady things, and I think Elizabeth is gonna find out about it on next week's episode, judging by the previews. So we've seen Elizabeth and Andre and Chuck, and they did go to a place. They looked at this place. It looked like a bachelor pad. Basically, it was very nice. And it was only worth like 320 something thousand, basically, as in Tampa, it would be like worth $1 million. So compared to that, now they can afford that because apparently that family is rich. So they can afford that. So yeah, that is a big difference from Tampa to Moldova, $1 million to 320 something thousand. That is a big difference. So we'll see how that works out. But we all know Elizabeth and Andre are not moving to Moldova. Elizabeth has been posting on Instagram in America and stuff. I don't think they moved to Moldova yet. I mean, they still might. They're still probably going to consider it maybe after the end of the season, but they ain't there yet. So, but yeah, I really just don't trust Andre, basically. So yeah, but anyway, that was Elizabeth and Andre. Next couple I want to talk is Kara and Guillermo. So Kara is finally doing her little La Bachata show or whatever it's called and everything. And she's just holding hope that Guillermo will show up. Now, remember a few weeks ago, Kara kicked Guillermo out the house. She originally said that he left, but then she came back and said that he kicked her out because he caught her. He said she was like in her phone, digging through on her phone, laughing and everything. He asked her, "Who you talking to? Like, what you laughing about?" And she said, "None of your business," which is not something you say to your freaking husband. And that just ended up turning into a fight, and she kicked Guillermo out, which was totally unfair. Totally unfair. One of their biggest problems is that Guillermo is not supporting her in this music thing as he used to be and everything. But, I think he's just really drained with all the fighting and everything. So Kara's at her little performance. I guess she's going to Italy to do some more music and sign some contracts or whatever. Do some more performances. But after this performance, Guillermo was nowhere in the audience, and she was upset about that. We did see Guillermo. He said that he told his side of the story. He thinks that she's possibly cheating. Kara said that she did leave a babysitter for their son, Nico. So Guillermo had a chance, but Guillermo's just like, you know, it would just make me sad to go. Like, we're now separated. We're now officially separated and everything. And it's just like, I just don't really want to go. I love Kara, this, and that, but it just doesn't it just wouldn't be right for me. It just doesn't feel right for me to go and everything. So, again, it's sad. I'm gonna keep saying every time I talk about Kara and Guillermo, it's just really sad. So, I mean, that's just that. So yeah, that was Karen Guillermo. And finally, now, like I said, I just wanted to get through all those other couples quick. Because now let's talk about this mess with freaking Gino and Jasmine and this Natalie girl. And, okay, I'll get to it in a sec. Okay, let's start. So last week we find out Gino is bringing Natalie in from Vegas to Michigan. They're having a party for Gino's cousin, a birthday party for Gino's cousin and stuff and everything. And Gino wanted to bring Natalie in for, to meet the family and have a good time. We seen him go to to pick up some flowers for Natalie. She's already landed. She's already in a hotel. He goes to the hotel and gives her the flowers, and they get in the hot tub together. And I'm sorry, Natalie looked pretty good. Now, the thing is that, like, Gino said that looking at Natalie, like, he does agree with his cousin that she does look a tiny bit like Jasmine, which, yeah, she does a little bit. And everything, she's Latina and this, and that, and all that. So, they're playing, having a good time in the hot tub and everything. She invited him to stay, but Gino was just a little bit apprehensive about it because, he's looking at her and sees a little bit of Jasmine in her and stuff and everything. So, like, he's just feeling a little bit weird about it. And she's trying to be understanding and everything, but, it's tough for her. So they go out and everything, and then he tells her about the birthday party, and then he breaks the news, and we didn't even know this. Apparently, Gino's cousins, Dana and Michelle, are really close with Jasmine, and fair enough. But they invited Jasmine to this party, and they knew that Gino was bringing Natalie. So, we already know Jasmine's going to show up. And she sure the hell did. So, he tells Natalie that Jasmine's going to be coming. Natalie was just like, well, what do you think is going to happen? And Gino's like, I don't know. She's really unpredictable, basically. And so, Natalie's like, let's just do it. But, okay. So we get to the party and it's like at this bar, restaurant, whatever. Gina and Natalie are playing pool and everything, and Dana and Michelle come in and they meet Natalie and stuff and everything. And then, like, they're starting drama. Basically, like, they flat out tell Natalie, oh, did you know Gina was with Jasmine last week having dinner? And Gina was like, no, we didn't have dinner. We just met at the bar and everything. Did you tell Jasmine, like, you want a divorce? And he's like, yeah, like, at the parking lot thing, not at that time. Like, now Natalie was just like, wait. So when you met up with Jasmine this time, is there still some glimpse of hope, basically? And he was like, I don't know. Like, Gina is in a tough position. He's still married. Like, right now he's on get back with Jasmine for all the things that Jasmine's doing, but Natalie is just not the type of person that just wants to be part of this. And this is just totally not fair to her, basically. But now I'm just side-eyeing Gina's cousins and stuff and everything, because why are you going to invite Jasmine to this, knowing that Gina brings his girl, and then, like, this is like a backstep to your own cousin. Like, it's fine that you're cool with Jasmine and you're good friends with Jasmine. That's great. But this is a backstab to your cousin. Like, come on, family first and everything. Next thing you know, Jasmine comes in with just being all prissy and stuff. Oh, the party's here now and everything. She gives like Dana and Michelle a hug and everything. And then like she literally sees Gino with Natalie, and she was just like, we did not agree. When we agreed to the open marriage, we both had to agree on the third person. Gina agreed to Matt. I did not agree on this girl. So all I know, she's a prostitute, stripper, whatever she is, and everything. Well, Jasmine, you then broke the rules. You're screwing another guy. Like, come on. Like, why does she I just don't get Jasmine at all. Basically, you are living and screwing another guy and everything. Gina is just going on a date with somebody and just hanging out and everything. They haven't even been intimate because he just doesn't know what to do. So she sees Natalie. She's like, first she was like, is this a stripper party or a birthday party? Natalie's like, it's a birthday party. And then Jasmine is like to Gina, why are we bringing the whores from Vegas in? Why are we bringing the whores? And Natalie's like, oh, you should really. And then Jasmine she was just like, oh, don't get close. And then she pushes Natalie and everything. And then next thing you know, all hell just breaks loose. Natalie's trying to like fight her and everything. Everybody's holding her back. Everybody's holding Jasmine back and everything, which is, it just got crazy. So now Natalie's yelling. She's outside screaming like, who is Jasmine to call me a whore? And everything, like the filters, this and that. Like, what the heck? I did not sign up for this. And Gina goes and checks on Natalie. Natalie's just screaming, having a breakdown. She was like, I did not sign up for this. I'm going home and everything. Like, I do not live myself like this. And she told Gina, this is what happens when you don't make it clear. I blame you for this and everything. It was crazy. And honestly, I agree with Natalie. Gina doesn't know how to handle like stuff like this, basically. So like, but I blame part of it Gina, but mostly I blame his cousins. And then you got I think it was Michelle saying, oh, you showed her, telling Jasmine, oh, you showed her on that one and everything. Like what, like that is so messed up. That is so messed up. So, like, now Gina's trying to calm Natalie down and everything, just saying, I'm so sorry that happened. It was uncalled for and everything and all that. And, I like this Natalie girl. I do. This was just not fair. This was just really not fair for her and everything. I know what Gina doesn't want to hurt nobody. Neither one of them want to hurt. Like, Jasmine doesn't want to hurt Matt. Gina didn't want to hurt Natalie. I get it. But this is like playing with fire to the T and everything. Because what gets me is just that Gina's own cousins, his family, just like backstabbed him like that. Like most of this, I blame them cousins for that. Like I said, I'm fine with Jasmine being friends with Dana and Michelle, Gina's cousins. That's fine. That's great. But they should know. And Michelle was just like, oh, well, they put us into it, so now, But still, y'all should know how Jasmine is. I just don't... Clearly, that wasn't a smart idea. Clearly. And I feel so bad for Natalie. So bad for that Natalie chick. Like, she did not deserve. She flew all the way from Vegas for that. Like, coming all the way from the West Coast and got to deal with this East Coast and then this East Coast BS and everything. She was like, I don't live my life like this. This is not how we do things. And yeah, we don't. It's not. And we all know Jasmine is the biggest hypocrite and everything. Like, she wanted this open marriage. She got the open marriage and everything. Now she's mad that he's exploring his side. She's screwing another guy. I'm going to keep saying that. She is screwing another guy. But Gina can't do nothing. So Gina needs to really, really, really make it more clear to her and everything. I understand. Jasmine and Natalie said it best. She was like, I understand that he's still married and this is his wife and it's going to take some time. Natalie has been very lenient and very understanding throughout this whole time, but now that's over the edge. Now I do know, like, spoiler alert, Gina and Natalie are not together, which okay, it's whatever. I think after what we see next week, because I think, judging by the previews, we're going to see Matt talk to Gino and everything. And I think this was the last straw with Natalie. I don't think she's going to be part of, wants anything to do with Gino anymore after this. So it's unfortunate. She was really beautiful, but yeah. So yeah, that kind of really this episode really pissed me off with that scene. You know, it was entertaining to watch, but that was totally unnecessary, and I lost a lot of respect for Gina's cousins for starting stuff. They were like, I'm not trying to start stuff. Well, you did start stuff, you know, so it's whatever. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. We did not see Brandon and Julia in this episode. Who else did we not see? We seen Lauren and Lexi. We seen Jovi and Yara. We just didn't see Brandon and Julia. Okay. So yeah, guys. Anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you again like I did the video yesterday, we reached 100 subscribers. So thank you guys to all my new subscribers. I hope you like the Nathan Temp 2 page. Keep on watching, keep on liking, keep on subscribing. And I'll be back on tomorrow and Tuesday to recap 90 Day Hunt for Love, because that's going to be a crazy episode too, apparently. So y'all stay safe and have a good one. Bye, y'all.